Hey everybody, welcome back to another leg in our Around America trip. We are in St. Louis on this dreary day, and we're going to be heading up to Detroit. So let's hop on board and get the aircraft ready to go. Alright. So we had an equipment change here, new aircraft, so we're going to have to go through everything. Parking brake is on, flaps are up, spoilers are retracted and disarmed, weather radar is off, predictive wind shear is off, engines are at idle, engine masters are cut off, ignition is normal, gear is down and 3 green. Alright, so battery power coming on, external power is connected, brake pressure is checked. Turn up the cockpit lights here. Gonna go backwards across the flow this time. Sure I won't forget anything doing this. Hope you're all having a great day. It's been some good weather here for me. Nice and hot and warm. I know it's a holiday weekend for us, and I was going through downtown yesterday, and man, it was hot and the beaches were packed. So it was very nice to see everybody out and about, even though technically we're still on a lockdown, stay-at-home order. I think people are fed up and they've just said how they're going to enjoy the good weather. So it is what it is. So crew oxygen is on. We'll get the adheres up and running. Exterior lights are on, seatbelt signs on, portable devices are on, and the emergency exits are done. So let's get the cabin crew. We'll notify them that they can now start boarding as soon as they are ready. We are looking at 174 passengers on this flight, and they're coming aboard now. So there's that, and I'm gonna grab my password here, and we'll just flip over, or my password, my SimBrief ID. We'll just fire up the pad here. There we go, and we'll get our name in there. We'll get the flight plan up. There we are. Alright. So, annunciator lights are checked. Probe and window heats are on auto. APU is off. Temperatures, we'll leave them where they are. It's a little bit cooler right now and rainy. ECAM batteries are good. Fuel pumps are off. We'll do the fire tests. There's engine 1, engine 2, and the APU. So flight directors can come on. The weather currently here in St. Louis has us with a barrel of 3020. So we'll dial that in. And we'll put it onto the standby as well. Of course, we're running in inches of mercury here instead of hectopascals. FCU we'll leave at the moment, and radio, it's not going to be a concern. So, fuel. So, dispatch, we'll go to fuel, and we're going to pop the screen out so we don't get a auto pushback thingy starting. And according to our flight plan, we need 6324. 6325, sorry. 6325, we're gonna go with real time on that, and away she goes, setting our fuel. And we can go begin the rest of the inputs. So we'll get our flight plan in. You can see our alternate today is Chicago. 44131 is the tropo. We'll get that entered in. We'll now go in. We'll do our weather. We'll just confirm that the sim is showing the same thing. There we go. And we can go back. We'll go to our performance, weight and balances. Fuel is taken care of. We'll come over here. We'll check 1886 on the payload. Zero fuel weight is 59.8. And what did I say? 173? It says 170. I don't know. My flight plan doesn't actually give me the number of passengers, so never exactly sure what it's doing there. Anyway, payload is now loaded. We are good there. We'll go back to here. We'll go to our messages. 3020 with this cloud. It says it's supposed to be few clouds, but it looks more overcast out here than what I'm seeing inside the MCDU here. So our flight today is out of St. Louis. We're going to be departing off runway 30 left, and we're going to be going off on the JART 6, and VHP is the one we're going to. VHP. So we'll insert that. Now it is a very short en route section. Our en route is, I think it's 3 miles. It's ridiculously short. But our arrival is going to be the ILS, runway 22 left. We're going on the Hannibal 3. And
on behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
Let's just pull up the approach.
For any of your carry-on items,
via map
please
column
use
is
the
fine.
flight attendant call button over your seat and
So that's now entered in.
If the overhead bin is
Jump
full,
at our
please make
performance,
sure you close it
18,000
as a
feet for the
courtesy to other
transition.
passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is
Flaps
clear
1
and other passengers can make their way to their seats.
and
If you're in an emergency
0.3
exit
down
row,
on the
please
trim.
leave exit seating responsibilities in the card
As
and
per
back
normal,
in
no
front of
flex
you.
since
If
that
you're not able to
calculator is
comply
broken.
with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated.
And
Feel
there
free to
is
use your
our
cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops,
V-speeds all
tablets,
set
and any
up.
other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Alright, so that is all set up. So the MCU data is in, and the MCU setup is done. RadNav. Do I need anything on the RadNav? No, I don't think so. I mean, we could, just for, why not? So if we look at our departure, there are a couple VORs that we're going to be coming up to. So if we set them in now, so BIB would be the first one, 89 miles away, frequency of 109, that's correct. And the next one is the end of the SID, which is VHP, 116.3, okay, so they're in there. And those all good. We'll turn those on, and we can just use those as reference as we go. So I do have live weather, live time, a little bit of rain coming down, and AI traffic. So, sorry, the real-time traffic. So we should be seeing some extra traffic out there, airliners and the like. So everybody is boarding, and we're looking good. It looks like the catering trucks here, and the last of the bags are coming in now. The deers are aligned. Turn that on. So we will take a look at the departure. So here is the departure. We're going to be taking off and making this internal curve here, up and around to the north, and heading slightly down south of east to Jart, and then we come up. There's that first VOR we dialed in, and then we come to Kelly and we turn to VHP. There's the second one. Then after just a couple miles, we're going to be picking up the descent profile here, so we're not up for a long time on this flight. Now, I know that it is showing, where's sim brief? 1 hour, 12 minutes for our flight time today. And it says we're going up to flight level 350, but, you know, I kind of wonder about that a little bit. Dial that in now since we've got no restrictions on the way up. There we go. And I hear somebody out there. Oh, there's one guy over there, and this guy's taxiing past. So when we're ready, we're going to be heading down this taxiway, and we're going to be taking off on the runway that's right beside it. Looks like the bags are done. Catering's just wrapping up. It's a rather beat up catering truck. And looks like we're still loading passengers. So they should be done any minute now. So, RadNav done IFR clearance, we'll take it as given. IRSs are aligned. Flight
We're
plan
ready to go when you are.
is checked. Just do a quick visual on that. So there's the arc out and around. Just waiting for them to finish outside. If we step through, as we come around, we head up there, and there's VHP is the end of our departure, and WWODO is the beginning of our arrival. We're going to come down and come across, we'll come up and do the arc, and then come in. So that is all looking good. Go back over to performance. You go to 40 arc, and then you can go back out to 40. Alright, looks like catering is done, baggage is done, and we are good to go. Looks like Frontier is getting ready to leave, and the generic pulled in over there, and he's going to a gate. Alright, so let's get the door pulled, and we can lock the cabin. There we go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 5556.
APU's on.
Detroit. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 12
So the MCD
minutes.
weights are
Please
set.
note the cabin doors now
Our
closed.
takeoff
We ask
performance
that you make
is
sure that
all set
devices
and
are
done.
in airplane mode and your
And our
larger
V speeds are
devices now
indicating
shut down and
V1 of
stowed.
134
If you have
and
not
a
already,
V2
please
of
fasten
139,
your seatbelt.
both of
Verify
which
it
are
is low and
showing
tight across your lap.
on
The
the
tray tables and seat
primary
backs must
flight
be in a
display.
full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross checks.
30% on the APU. I'm not sure where he's taxiing to. Now if we go back and take a look at the weather, I'm just waiting for the APU to finish up there. You can see the weather is showing the winds are 220 at 9. We're taking off on 03. So should be all right. All right, and the APU is up. So APU bleeds come on. We'll listen for the sound of the fans. There they are. APU generator is on. External power is now disconnected. So windows of cockpit and doors are closed. Cockpit doors closed and locked. Fuel pumps are now coming on. Beacon light is on. Steering pin will be inserted in a second. Transponder set to the standard basic IFR frequency down here. It is now transponding, broadcasting. TCAS is on standby, and we will start the timer as soon as we start our push.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight tech.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes
Not
released.
sure why we're
Push
releasing a
back.
parking brake before they actually get into position. I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for us to roll at this point, but that's fine. Just waiting for that push. And we'll start the clock. There we go. Clock is running. Ignition to start.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
And starting engine number 1. We're just going to wait till we cross the taxiway here. There we go. He must be going onto that runway over there. So I think that's, I'm not sure which one that is. Two-niner. That's pretty good.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on
start
the
on
right-hand
engine
side
number
of the
1.
pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Starting engine number 2.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front.
So
Hold
the
strap
N2
to
spooling
tighten.
up.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Fuel start
If your
flowing
light
at
vest does
about
not
20.
inflate automatically, blow into the
There
mouth
she
for
goes.
manual
Main
inflation.
turbine starting to
This
run.
vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. Please securely stow all personal items. Make
So
sure
when we're
your
ready to go, we're
seatbelts
just
are
going to
fastened
taxi
and
out here to the
seat
outer
fastenings
taxiway
are
and
all
head
in
down
full
to
upright
0.
position. We remind you that
3
this
left.
is a non-smoking flight, and that includes vaping. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is strictly prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you
The
for
generator is
flying.
kicking
We hope you
on.
enjoy your flight.
And we have a good start on engine number 2. So igniter goes back to normal. APU bleeds will come off. APU comes off. Alright, before taxi checklist. So auto brake. We'll go to max. Spoilers are armed. Flaps 1. NTI's not required at the moment. I'm saying it's 27 degrees. It is 27 degrees. I'll turn the air down slightly in the back. Flight controls. As I found out the other day, sometimes your cables come loose, which is always why it's good not to skip this point. Make sure everything is working. And rudders, full left, full right. And we're good. Trim. Set 0-3 down. There we go. And flight controls are done. Pitch trim is done, and rudder trim is 0. So we're ready to go. Turn on our taxi lights. We'll throw. We don't need the wing lights. It's not nighttime. And we're good to go. So parking brake will come off. Like I said, we're going to taxi out here to the left. And then that is Delta. We're going to head down. This is Charlie right here, but this us moving out like this will mean that there's room for other maneuvering aircraft here on the apron. Just gets us out of the way. And once we're out here, we'll do the bit of power here. Give us the TO config, and we'll ding the cabin. There we go. No. How about we go forward? Oh, you're really gonna make me work for it today. There we go. So exciting news, PMPG have started putting stuff up on their new YouTube channel regarding the DC-6. And they've said it's coming in June, so just a few weeks away. I can start playing with that beast. And it looks like also the 737 should be released by the end of the year. It's good news, gives us another high quality payware airliner in here, 737. But I'm really looking forward to the DC-6 flying that. I have plans for that airplane. It could be a lot of fun. Not sure if I'm going to do it as a video series or a live stream series. I'm not sure. May do it as live stream. We'll have to see. I think the rain is slowing us down here on the taxi a little bit. Keep a little bit of power on. Keep our speed kind of reasonable. So we got a few aircraft around. Always add something to it if you can have aircraft in the area. Unfortunately, there's no ATC on where we are right now. So we're not running on VATSIM. And sometimes if there's issues and stuff, it's kind of better to be able to just shut her down and bail out if you need to. And not have to worry about the fact that you're online with other people. So we're almost down here to the runway. We're ahead of schedule. We were thinking we wouldn't be ready to go for another 24 minutes. So we should be arriving pretty good time. Keep everybody happy. Alright, I'll start braking here. We're coming up to Gulf. There we go. So parking brake goes on before takeoff checklist. So cabin crew has been notified. Exterior lights are all coming on. Strobes are on. We'll throw the wing lights on for takeoff. Nose wheel to takeoff. Anti-ice not required. Packs are on. TCAS is TA. RA. Now you see the aircraft are now appearing on TCAS. This is cool. This may even work in VATSIM now. I heard somebody saying that they saw aircraft on VATSIM when we did our South America flight. Dark Fury said he saw it. So it's going to be interesting to see. So PWS is on. Weather radar is now on. Weather mode is weather plus T. And takeoff memo is no blue. So yeah, so hopefully the TCAS is now working. which would become very, very handy, especially in bad weather. Alright, let's move up. We'll get out onto the runway here. I'm not sure what the range of TCAS is. I think you got to be on the 20 mile is your limit for their range. That's pretty cool. There you go. You can see that guy in front of us there. I think it's showing. It's got the clear diamond with the up, meaning he's going up, and he's at 7,300 feet above us. You got this guy going up. He's coming towards us. He's at 3,600 feet above us. That's him there. And then the other guy's over there somewhere. That's pretty cool. Alright, looks like we got an aircraft about to cross the runway. What is he doing? Sure, just feel free to taxi in front of us. We'll just wait. Alright, he's clear. So engines to 50%. Engine stable, brakes released, 5 degrees nose down, and climb power or takeoff power is set. So we got Mantoga, SRS, and nav. There's that rain. 100 knots. V1 and rotate. It's 10 degrees, 15 degrees, positive rate, gear up, speed brake disarmed. Taxi lights are all turned off. Throttles to climb, and autopilot engaged. So now we can see the aircraft around us, which is very handy. Ooh, got some really bad weather up around here. So we're on our way out of St. Louis. Definitely in the rain. Alright, we're through S speed. Flaps coming up. Slowly working our way around that curve and climbing out. And we're heading straight up to our cruise altitude of 35,000 feet. So we're cleared up, so I'm going to go to standard now, since we're cleared up to the flight levels. 250 knots. It's looking good. Temperature is starting to come down outside. We'll probably have to turn on the anti-ice shortly. Probably as we go through 10,000 feet, we'll do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do
There's
offer
10,000.
complimentary in-flight TV
Landing
tips
lights
to our
are off.
partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range
Turn
of
off
free
portable
live streams and
devices.
paid movies library.
Leave the seatbelts on for now. It's still a little bit rough in the weather. And we're going to continue our climb out, so I will pick up with you once we get into our descent as we head into Detroit. See you then. Well, welcome back to the cockpit. We're passing through 20,000 feet on our approach into Detroit. Trying something different since it looked like everything's programmed in with all the altitude restrictions, and I've heard that the managed mode seems to be working better now. We're doing a managed descent. I put our platform altitude in of 2,000 feet, so that's the lowest the aircraft will descend to. She's currently working her way down. You can see in the descent mode there's an altitude constraint indicator. And if we look here at Hamble, it says minus flight level 1900. According to the chart, we should be between 17,000 and 21,000. So we're going to see what we cross at. It's been juggling the descent rate up and down a little bit to keep it going at a decent clip. And we're going to see how it goes. It's showing an 8,000 foot here. That is our hard limit when we get down to T-Bird. So, see how we get down. You can see all the restrictions as we go. We're just going to see how this works. We got 13 miles to Hannibal. We're going to go through that 17,000 foot floor. So I'm just going to play with this, see if we can use it as a more general descent down. Anyway, there's 18,000 foot, so we'll come on with the signs and lights in the back. Get everyone seated for arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Alright, so we're not holding very well there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start putting in restrictions on our own. Just to try to hold it. So I guess it's not quite where it should be as of yet. Hopefully that will be coming soon when they get the new system in place for the VNAV and all that neat stuff. So we're just going to keep the descent down to 12,000. Yeah, see, power said 13.5, which is kind of splitting the difference, but it said the same thing here, flight level 19, and we're way below that, so obviously it's not doing it. But that's fine. We're going to head towards the airport. We're kind of heading in that direction now, and then we're going to fly to the right side and loop up and around and come in for the approach. So 12,000's coming up. And after we hit Prowler at 12,000. We're going to decrease our airspeed to 250 knots. And then by the time we get to T-Bird, we're going to have to be down at 210 here at T-Bird. Which pretty much means we'll be in approach mode. So there's 12,000 coming up. Plane's looking a little frosty. We did cross that front line though, and the cloud cover kind of dissipated a bit, which is nice for us. Here we're over the flat Michigan landscape. Not a lot of elevation change out in this part of North America. We are on our way in. So we'll see how the TCAS works around the airport here. There should be some traffic here at Detroit. Not seeing anything at the moment. So it'll be 10,000 for Hermie. And then it'll be 8,000 for T-Bird. We'll just continue working our way down. Still got a little bit of low cloud. Nothing to be concerned about. So we don't want 10,000. Can't quite see the lake yet. I think it's, was it Lake Huron? If I remember right. No wind. It's pretty amazing. It's, you know, it's dead calm air up here. Alright, so we're going to do this quickly. Do that. Go back to there. It's not what we want. We'll go direct to Hermie. We're going to follow the plan, mister. There we go. So we'll direct to Hermie down to 10,000 and speed's coming back to 250. There we go. Believe that is not our airport. Our airport should be somewhere off this direction. It's a airport. Alright, well, we're going to be through 11,000, which is our max. 10,000 is our minimum. So that's going to be fine. We should be turning now for RAM. Follows the route like it's supposed to. It's 250 knots.
We have begun our final descent into Detroit. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please
Tell me
also
you're going to
store
RAM.
any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket
Going
or
to
under
RAM.
the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related
8,000.
tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Go to 210 knots. So that's Willow Run Airport down here. This is a very famous airport. They actually built bombers for World War II there. A lot of them, B-24s especially. I think B-24s and B-25s. There's a really cool museum there. They've got some World War II flying airplanes there and everything. So Willow Run, just outside Detroit, Michigan. I think that's our airport right there. Detroit right there, a big body of water there, big lake, but there we are there, and there's the edge of the main lake. I think, like I said, I think that's Lake Huron. Or Lake Michigan, I don't know. It's one of the two. Alright, so we're going down to 8,000. We're going to be 8,000 at T-Bird. And then we've got to be down to... Now we stay at 8,000 all the way to Macomb. And we step down from there. So we'll get the landing systems on. We should be picking that up now. Get the ILSs up and running. There we go. Landing lights. Run my turn-offs and the taxi lights on. Everything else is set. Signs are on in the back. We are all good at the moment. So we slowed down a little early, but that's fine. Gives us time to admire the view here. So Detroit, not an airport you think of usually of flying through, but it is a bit of a hub. It's usually Chicago up in this part of the world is the big hub that everyone thinks of. There we go, 5 miles from RAM. The passengers can look out and see the airport. And we're going to be parking down here at this lower terminal when we get in. Probably come off either this high speed or this straight in. And we'll be going to the terminal here by the control tower. Not seeing any other aircraft on the TCAS as of yet. See any lights out there either. Get ourselves a nicer outside view here. It is a beautiful day up here in Michigan. A lot better than our arrival day and departure day down in St. Louis was. There we go, making that turn now, basically on the downwind. Just now got to watch where this thing tries to take us. Going to want to be heading out this way to come up and pick up the ILS on the way in, so we'll have to watch. Hopefully it'll take us up and around this curve here. Just going to have to be ready to pull the pin on that if it doesn't do it. There's the marker for that runway. No, see, it's not what we want. It's not what we want at all. So we'll do it manually. Someday this will all work properly, and it will be glorious. I think that's the city of Detroit right there. Kind of be flying overhead. Very nice. You can see this on the major airports when you're in the area. You get them all flying in and lining up like this. So this is actually Canada here on the right side of this river. This is southwestern Ontario, and of course you got Michigan here on the other side. So this should be the city of Windsor, I believe. Right down here on the water, there's the bridge that goes across. I've driven over that bridge a few times, going in and out of the US. Very flat terrain out here. So we're going to go up and do our own version of the loop here to make sure we are properly lined up. We will be descending to 2,000 feet once we get around. So as we come in, it's 8,000 feet, maximum of 210 knots. And 216 will be our approach course. 216 is entered in there. I'll also put it in for the VOR there. And the CRL VOR is the missed approach VOR, so I'm going to put that in over there. That would be the first one. It's kind of center line extended out. There we go. So the VORs are in. Just in case we got to go do a hold. Which we won't have to. We will get this down and we will be successful at it. Alright, so we'll start doing the we'll shortcut the curve a little bit. We'll go to 3-0. Go to 0-0, due north. So we're on a 216, so really we want like a 210, a 180 approach or so, 190 approach. Probably go a little bit more than that, and then we'll just do it manually in and then pick it up on the way down. We do want to cross that point at 8,000 though and begin our descent. Give it a minute, and then we'll head westward. About 270. $330. Still nobody on TCAS at the moment. It's 270. Should bring us pretty much right there. And we're going to want a 216 as we approach inwards. So, slowly coming around. And we're starting our descent. we're just waiting for the ILS to kick in. So it would be 7,000 at BRN. Shouldn't be an issue. We're going flaps 2. Alrighty, so down we go. One 0.7. Are you still entered in there? 110.7. You are. We'll go on. You're on. Lights are on, internal and external. Let's get ourselves on that line a little bit better. There we go. There's the localizer. So let's get the localizer working for us. Get it to cross the line. Pick it up. There we are. It's working now. $14 miles, no glide slope. Localizer is working. Localizer's captured. Oh, there's the glide slope. Glide slope is working, bringing us down. Glide slope star and capturing. Alright, we're looking good. Glide slope captured, localizer captured. Then spoilers are armed. Auto brake is set to low. Still got a bit of altitude here. Nine miles. $8 miles.
$2,500.
7 miles, gear down. Flaps 3 or that's flaps 3 and flaps full. There we go. Mounting the cabin. Here we go, looking good. Obviously we're going to be landing. We have complete visual with the runway.
1,000.
To go. A little bit of a wind coming in from the left, nothing major. So our flight's taking 1 hour and 30 minutes, and we are currently 13 minutes ahead of schedule. All right.
500.
500 feet.
400. 300. 300. Minimum
Landing.
200.
Middle marker.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Auto brakes active. Reverser's green. There's the high speed. We're not going to make that. 60 knots. Reverser's off. Oh, maybe we will. Yeah, we'll make that. Just keep braking. And welcome to
Ladies and
Detroit.
gentlemen, welcome to Detroit. The local time is 1:14 p.m. and it's currently about 64 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Like I said, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, which is a good thing. So we're going to go over here and find a gate. I'm not familiar with Detroit. Seem to be a lot of gates packed in over here. Not sure if these are for us or not, but yeah, I think we want the ones in the back there. So I think these are for like Dash 8s and maybe CRJs. Oh, actually these are bigger ones here. Alright, we'll go in here. Sure, why not? There we go. Ground power is connected. So parking brakes are set. We'll get all the nav aids off. FCU is also reset. Flight directors are off. Auto thrust is off. NDs are set back to 10s. Anti-ice is off. External power is connected so the engines can come off. The fuel pumps. Get rid of the logbook. Fuel pumps coming off. Alright. Beacon, strobes are off. Taxi lights off. Seatbelt signs, and up they get, and we'll get the jetway out for them. And then they can depart. Oh, one last thing. Roger can go say goodbye. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed our flight today. We have one more to do on this around North America, around America trip. We've gone from the northeast right across to the northwest, down the California coast, back across the south, heading up the east coast now. We got one final leg. We're going to end our trip in Washington, D.C. So we'll see you for that one on the next one and the last one of this series. Bye for now.